Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes for Kai. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty. Going to review The Last Driver today. And this is what I was interested in the moment I saw anything about it. I knew I was going to read it, but I wasn't 100% sure it ended my pull list, because Sean Murphy is brilliant at so much of what he does. But he hasn't always been as good. And I'm not saying this is like a negative kind of way, as people with far more learning of the world will say, and I'm paraphrasing quite a lot here, the road to knowledge contains a shitload of ignorance, and the journey to becoming a mastercraft writer and artist and putting everything out there means on the way there's going to be some stuff which doesn't quite work. That's fine. I've had this conversation about Christian Ward recently as well, and I think some of Sean Murphy's stuff hasn't quite landed for me. I think sometimes his artwork, one of his strongest suits, is just some individual choices made on characters don't quite land for me. I think he spent a little bit longer in the Batman universe that I want him to, but there's a few things he does spectacularly well. There is not a comic book artist I'm aware of at this point in time who does cars better than Sean Murphy. I think the first time I realised this was in one of his Batman universe books, and it was like, God damn, this guy's got talent for this kind of thing. So when we're doing a neo-noir-esque, Mad Max-esque kind of thing where cars are going to be a big part of it, I was like, right, okay, yes, let's go. I am in. If nothing else, I want to see what he does here, because from the very basic bits of art we saw, it was going to be like muscle car kind of stuff, maybe some sci-fi shenanigans going on there as well, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is hitting so much of stuff that I actually really like. Let's see how it plays out. Now, there's an awful lot I like about it, but I am going to go to some of the negative stuff to begin with, just to get it all out of the way. Because some of it I don't think is going to bother too many people, but it might do, and I'd rather be upfront with people. Number one, there's a really nice widespread image of the differences between the right and the left in America, the red and the blue. And I feel like, I've said this a couple of times before, but quite often creators, particularly comic book medium, feel like they can't really annoy too many people, so they try to play a middle ground and say both sides have issues kind of thing. This one, it's not so much that. Like, the images within this bit of artwork show that the blue side of things is considerably better, but I do also get that they, still supported genocide in Gaza and all that kind of thing. But I didn't mind it after my initial impact, because I first saw it and thought, all right, okay, this is just these are the two sides in it. But you do see the bad sides on the right and the slightly better side on the blue, and then you realise that it isn't actually too much about that. It's about what that enables and where people can put their money and allow them to take control. Basically, the world we are kind of living in now, as all good sci-fi should be. It's not about the science fiction of it all, it's about the truth of it all. And I like it for that, because it's talking about people with an awful lot of money shaping messages, taking control. This is very much what's happening in America and in this country as well. Right-wing press, literally a US-UK problem, just the same as everything else. I also think there's a little hint of nostalgia going on here, which I wasn't 100% happy with. Yes, I know it's a character in a comic book, and they will absolutely can believe in things which I disagree with. I do think some things might have been better when I was young. I certainly have fond memories of things, but I don't like whitewashing and getting rid of negative kind of stuff. In his particular case, he's talking about the fact that the cars on the road equalise things, no matter of your race, gender, or sexuality, or something like that. And I'm like, well, the Freedom Riders were a thing, my brother. And motorists of colour get stopped a lot more by police than white people in both UK and the US. This is a thing. It's not as free as you think. And yes, I do know that it's a character, not the actual writer doing that. And I think the character is right to be thinking that. He is clearly somebody who's still trying to keep hold of the past, and I feel like it's good writing to do it. But I'm just hoping Sean Murphy understands where I'm coming from if he ever watches this review. On to things I actually did like, though. The characters are brilliant. I like them. They're not perfect, and I don't mind that in any way, shape, or form. I very quickly realised we're going to get some people who are going to backstab. We're going to very quickly get some people who are going to not be what we think they are, and I don't mind that at all. Let's keep going with this idea that nothing is what we think it is. There's a non-linear, very simple non-linear bit of storytelling happens quite early on. I love that as well, because it sets a ticking clock to what's going to be happening in the next issues. I don't know how many are there going to be, but I like this giving a sense of drama to it. Like, we now know that there is an end game, but because once again, I'm not saying we're going to trust everything we see, the end game might not be what I think it is. And I don't mind that in any way, shape, or form, again. The thing that really is going to grab you, though, is the look of it. It is done widescreen, like literally it is portrait instead of landscape, something which usually bugs me. In this case, I love it. Murphy's commitment to the bit of the cityscapes was just, like, second to none. Absolutely amazing. I have nothing bad to say about how the cityscape look, and even the internal bits. Some of the double page spreads, because they are double that way around, it just looks amazing. And yes, his cars are brilliant, and the action, the motion of them is fantastic as well. He does such a good job at putting everything exactly where it needs to be, including our point of view, that at no point does he ever need to do anything so gauche as putting a motion or a blur line on there. It just looks like they are moving, and we've happened to have caught them at this particular moment in time. Love him for that. Genuinely glad I read it, and yes, I did add to my pull list. That's how much I enjoyed it. That's it for me for now, though. Until I see you all again, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.